Stix got a raise. A real one. Not the kind where they tell you that you are doing amazing and then hand you an extra $50 a month and expect you to be grateful. A proper raise. 30% more than what he was making before. Stix walked out of that office feeling like the main character, like the universe had finally acknowledged his efforts, like money had chosen him personally. He upgraded his apartment, upgraded his car, upgraded his wardrobe, upgraded his takeout orders from the regular menu to the premium section. Stix was eating premium chicken now. He had arrived. 6 months later, Stix checked his savings account. It had the exact same amount as before the raise. He was making 30% more money, and somehow saving 0% more money. Stix sat with this information for a long time, just him and the premium chicken and the confusion. Founding figures. This problem has a name. It is called lifestyle inflation, and it is the reason why people who earn more money do not automatically have more money. Every time your income goes up, your expenses have a meeting and decide to go up too. Nobody invited them. Nobody asked for their opinion. They just show up. With new subscriptions and upgraded everything, and suddenly you need a nicer gym because the old one no longer matches your new income. Studies show that 70% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. That is not just people earning minimum wage. That includes people earning 6 figures, people earning $100,000 a year who have nothing in their savings account because the money arrives and immediately runs away. The money does not even unpack its bags. It just passes through. And here's the most uncomfortable truth Stix discovered. Your income is not your wealth. Your income is just the water flowing through the pipe. Wealth is what you manage to hold in the bucket before the rest flows out. Most people have a very large pipe and a very small bucket, and they spend their whole lives confused about why they are not getting wetter. Stix wants you to think about someone you know. Not someone who looks rich, someone who actually seems comfortable, someone who never appears stressed about money, someone who seems to have options. Now think about whether that person has the highest income in your circle. Stix would bet that the answer is probably no, because the highest earner in most groups is usually also the most financially stressed. Because they earn the most, so they spend the most, so they owe the most. So what is the actual difference between people who earn a lot and end up with nothing, and people who earn a normal amount and end up with everything? Stix spent a long time finding out, and what he found is going to rearrange some things in your brain. Stay with Stix. Stix wants to tell you about 2 doctors. Dr. A graduated medical school, got a job earning $250,000 a year, bought a house in the expensive neighborhood because that is what doctors do, bought the car that matches the house, sent kids to the private school, joined the country club because colleagues go there and images everything in medicine apparently. By the time Dr. A pays the mortgage, the car note, the school fees, the club membership, the insurances, the assistants, the subscriptions, he has roughly $200 left over every month. For $200 from $250,000 a year. Stix did the math on this and had to take a break halfway through. Dr. B graduated the same year, same qualification, got a job earning $180,000 a year, bought a comfortable house in a regular neighborhood, drives a reliable car that is boring but works perfectly. Kids go to a good public school, no country club. Dr. B has never needed anyone else to see him at a club to feel validated. Dr. B saves and invests $4,000 every single month without drama. After 20 years, Dr. A earns more, owns more things, and has almost nothing. Dr. B earns less, owns fewer things, and is quietly wealthy. The gap between them is not income. The gap between them is the gap between their earnings and their spending. That gap is called the wealth gap, and Stix would very much like to live in that gap. If income equaled wealth, lottery winners would all be wealthy forever. They are not. Studies show that roughly 70% of lottery winners end up broke within a few years of winning. People who received millions of dollars, gone, sometimes leaving them worse off than before they won. Stix read about one winner who received $5 million. Within 5 years, he had nothing. Less than nothing, actually. He had debt. He had managed to take $5 million and turn it into negative numbers. Stix has genuine respect for the commitment required to achieve this. What happened? Income happened without wealth behavior. The money arrived. But the habits, the knowledge, the systems, the relationship with money, none of that arrived with it. So the money went through the pipe and out the other end, and all that remained was the lifestyle it briefly funded. Meanwhile, there are people who inherited nothing, earned average salaries their entire lives, and retired with more money than people who earned 10 times what they did. The difference was never the income. The difference was always what they did with it. Stix finds this simultaneously inspiring and mildly terrifying. Stix went looking for the actual formula. Because there has to be a formula, rich people did not accidentally become wealthy. There has to be a pattern, and there is. It is embarrassingly simple. Almost annoyingly simple. Stix was mildly offended when he found it. Wealth equals what you earn minus what you spend, plus what your money earns for you. That is it. That is the whole equation. Stix expected something more complicated. He expected graphs. He expected terminology he did not understand. He expected to feel like he needed a finance degree. Instead, it was just earn, spend less than you earn, make the difference work for you. The third part is the one everyone skips. Making the difference work for you. Not saving it in an account where it sits quietly doing nothing while inflation slowly eats it. Actually deploying it into something that grows. Into assets. Into things that make money while Stix sleeps. While Stix eats. While Stix is watching someone else's YouTube channel, which he should not be doing when his own channel exists. But that is beside the point. Income is one part of the equation, just one part. Without the other two parts, it means absolutely nothing. Now, founding figures. Stix knows what some of you are thinking. You are thinking that this is easy to say when you earn enough. That if you earned more, you would save more. That the problem is not what you do with the money. The problem is that there is not enough of it. Stix hears you. Stix was you. And Stix has to be honest with you because that is literally the whole point of this channel. Studies consistently show that people who cannot manage $2,000 a month cannot manage $10,000 a month. The habits that determine how you treat money do not change automatically when more money arrives. They change when you change them. On purpose, deliberately, uncomfortably. The person who learns to manage $2,000 properly is already building the habits that will make $10,000 transformative when it arrives. The person who mismanages $2,000 will mismanage $10,000 with more style and more expensive consequences. So here's exactly what Stix learned to do, and it does not require a bigger income to start. 4 moves, starting today, with whatever income you currently have. Move 1, know your real numbers. Stix could not believe how many people do not actually know how much they spend every month. They have a rough idea. They have a feeling. They believe they are being fairly responsible. The feeling is almost always wrong. Stix tracked every single thing he spent money on for 1 month. Every coffee, every subscription, everything he bought on his phone at midnight because the algorithm found him in a weak moment. The number at the end of the month was not what he expected. It was significantly higher. And several of the line items were deeply embarrassing. Stix will not specify which ones, but there were multiple. You cannot fix what you cannot see. See the numbers first. Move 2. Pay yourself before you pay everyone else. Most people's money system looks like this. Income arrives. Bills get paid. Life gets lived. Whatever is left goes to savings. Which means savings almost never happens because there is almost never anything left. Stix flipped it. Income arrives. A set percentage goes immediately to savings and investments before anything else is touched. Then bills get paid. Then life gets lived with whatever remains. This sounds simple. It is simple. It is also the thing most people never do, because it requires treating future Stix with the same priority as present Stix. And present Stix is very persuasive and wants things immediately. Automate it if you have to. Remove the decision from yourself. Future, you will send a thank you. Move 3. Kill lifestyle inflation before it kills your wealth. Every time Stix gets a raise now, he makes one decision before he makes any other decision. He decides what percentage of the raise goes to investments, before the raise changes his lifestyle in any way, before his brain has a chance to start calculating what he can now afford. If the raise is $500 extra a month, Stix decides that $350 goes to investments and $150 improves his life, not the other way around. The lifestyle improvement still happens. Stix is not punishing himself. He is just making sure that wealth grows faster than comfort does. Move 4. Make your money work while you sleep. This is the part that separates income from wealth permanently. Money sitting in a savings account is not working. It is resting, comfortably, doing almost nothing while inflation quietly reduces what it can buy. Money invested in assets index funds, real estate businesses, anything that generates returns is working. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, on public holidays, when Stix is asleep, when Stix is eating, when Stix is making this video. You do not need to be a financial expert to start. Index funds exist specifically for people who are not financial experts. They are the easiest way to make money work without needing to know what you are doing in detail. Start small. Start now. The only investing mistake that cannot be recovered from is never starting. Stix started this video with a raise and a savings account that did not reflect it. He is ending it with the truth that nobody put on a poster in school or mentioned in any job interview or told him when he was celebrating that 30% raise with premium chicken. Income is what arrives. Wealth is what stays. And what stays is determined entirely by decisions you make before the money gets comfortable in your account and starts making friends with your expenses. The raise was not the problem. The behavior after the raise was the problem. And behavior is the one thing that does not require more money to fix. Problems exist in every paycheck founding figures, but a prepared Stix is a loaded Stix. If Stix can figure it out, you can too.